welcome to the FBTV Weekly Highlights Show. We're out at Walton Bridge for this round 16 Capital League 2 match between the Gap and Annerley. That was Annerley coach Anthony Costa prior to the start of the match. As the Gap fires a shot in, it was Nose, blocked there by Wood. Still alive here for the Gators as Entally scramble to clear. And they eventually will do so. Rui Nose bobbling on the ground there for Andrew Wood. Judged it just right at the end. Corner played in here, punched away by Wood. At the edge of the box, Gillespie was waiting. Back here for Discombe. And from outside the box, forces Wood to put that one out for a corner. Throw in cutout. Annerley will come away with possession just in their own half. Carney drifts one in towards the penalty box over the head of Barbieri, but not Michael Miller. And Michael Miller has opened the scoring here for Entally shortly after the half-hour mark. Well, Barbieri, it drifted over him, fell for Miller, and he's on hand to give his side a 1-0 lead. Perhaps a bit of momentum shifting Annerley's way after that goal as they look to extend their lead. That one wide of the left upright. Free kick here to Entally. Barbieri will take it, and Sutherland's there to cover it. Goal kick here from Wood. Well into the attacking half. Headed on there by Carney, and good save there from Sutherland of Michael Miller's shot in the end. Let's take a second look at that. The long goal kick. Tempted to be cut out there by Sam Rodman, but Luke Sutherland on hand to deny Entally a second goal. Now they come under threat at the other end, Entally. Malloy just couldn't quite tuck it in there at the far post. Playing its part. Quite a blustery night here. Now, the referee appears to be injured. He's succumbed to injury. Adrian Krasnov, and he's going to take up the flag now, and just a conference to check all the bookings and goal scorers and how far we are through the match. So free kick here from Annerley. Bailey plays it deep. Straight into the back of the Gap player. Now Entally look to capitalise. Cut back inside the 6-yard box, and the referee has found a penalty. So let's take a second look at that. Checking the onside, that looks okay. Now, oh yes, followed through there has Dobson on Barbieri, and the referee in close proximity. So Jason Launchbury, he converts the penalty for Entally, and they skip out to a 2-0 lead against the league leaders. So can the Gap get back into this match? They are comfortable league leaders, but they wouldn't want to see that lead drift any. Oh, and he's fumbled at Wood, and it's ended up in the back of the net. So the Gap will keep this one alive. Ball drifting up in the breeze. Wood gets a hand to it. Unable to stop McLaughlin's shot in the end. And Entally give the Gap a bit of a sniff here. In fact, more than a sniff, because now they're going on with it, and the referee has picked up. Free kick just outside the box, is it? Shoving the back of the Gap player. And Cormac Malloy He's called it. He won't be able to continue for the remaining 13 minutes or so. That stiff breeze at the Gap's back here. It's taken a deflection onto the top of the woodwork. Now Barbieri brought down. Dobson into the notebook, and it's an uncharitable gesture there from McLaughlin. He's ended up in the book as well for throwing the ball at the Entally player. Now, report from the assistant, Diego Barbieri, just checking the number, and it's a red card. Must have been his second yellow card. Some discussion, some confusion, and further consultation happening here. Perhaps a case of mistaken identity. And it looks to be that the confusion reigned, but Barbieri, that was only his first yellow card, so Annerley will remain with the full complement. So getting into the final minutes here, that breeze picking up even stronger as Wood's called into action again. On the volley, and Wood licks to send that one out at the near post. So time running out here for the Gap, but they're still willing. Gillespie. Headed on and just wide, agonisingly so for the Gap. They wouldn't want to drop points 2 weeks in a row. Well, forward. No one's there to meet it. And that is full time. Annerley have upset the league leaders, the Gap, by 2-1 away from home.
Steve, what are your first memories of football?
Oh, goodness me, mate. That's a long way away, that one. I remember playing as a kid with my dad as a coach, playing down the local fields down at Bracken Ridge, as it was called back then. Now Ridge Hills.
Ridge Hills?
Yeah. I remember some under 11s games. Playing grand finals for the guys there. Yeah.
Did you play any other sports as a kid?
Yeah, I played. I tried my hand at cricket. I was very poor at that, so had to go at baseball instead. Really enjoyed baseball. That was a good game.
So, at what stage did you think football's the game for me?
I've been playing football since I was 6-year-old, so it's been consistent throughout. No matter what else I've done, football's always kind of been part of the life, I guess. So yeah, it's always been present. It was never a choice, I guess.
Was there ever a stage where you thought, I'm actually pretty good at this?
I'm getting there. One day.
When you look back, what's been the pinnacle moment of your career?
Yeah, look, with North Pine here, we've had a couple of promotions. I joined, I think it would have been about 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. And we were in Division 2 at the time. We went from Div 2 into the Div 1 undefeated. We won the grand final. We went into Div 1 again. Got another promotion there. Played in the Premier League for the club, and from there it's kind of been up and down a bit since then. But there's been some great times. We had a grand final that we played against Uni, which I captained the club into. They were probably the pinnacles of the playing time here. That's been my favourite moments.
So how do you reconcile last year being a team top of the tree to this season where, let's face it, you're struggling?
Yeah.
How do you cope with that?
Look, last season was a great season. We had a really successful team in Division 1. Personally, last season was my last season. I retired after the end of last year. Hung up the boots. I had injuries and pains and aches and all that sort of stuff saw me walk away. But when the boys were struggling and a number of the players that were here sort of, didn't want to stick it out and didn't want to suck it up. I guess they walked away, and so the club was in a bit of strife. So I think it's really important, regardless of what happens. We're a tight knit club. We've got to stay a tight knit club. Doesn't whether or not this ends in relegation or whether we fight our way out of it. The important thing is that you got to be prepared for the next season. So I don't think you can give it away. I don't think you can just let it all fall apart. So that for me, last year was a great success, and we played the grand final. Yeah, we didn't win it. Came second. BPL's it's a tough division to crack into.
Okay, guys that are in the club.
Well, if only that was our blimp, we'd get some great camera angles. We're out at Heath Park for the Mount Franklin Women's Premier League match between Eastern Suburbs and Olympic. Touched on there for Olympic. Shot comes in, spilt there by Duffy at the first effort. Able to get it second time round. Throw in from Daniels for Derek. She's brought down, and the yellow card shown there to Caitlin Grimmett. So free kick here to Olympic midway through the first half. Drifted in and into the back of the net. What an extraordinary free kick there to see Olympic take a 1-0 lead through Eloise Wadsworth. The free kick from outside the box. It's drifted high and into the far post. No intervention required. Great goal from Eloise Wadsworth for the opening goal of the afternoon. Duffy puts it into the attacking territory for her side. Here's Hubbard zeroing in on goal. Hubbard! And it falls wide. It's taken a deflection off the Olympic defender. East again attempting to clear their defensive half, and they do so. It'll be Hubbard putting the pressure on there. Now it's for Gibson, and Jessica Gibson has equalised for Reese 10 minutes before half time. Well, Olympic, the poor back pass there by Amy Grant, I think it was, straight into the path of Jessica Gibson. Tamara Cunningham comes out to meet her, unable to block the shot, and Olympic have brought it back to 1-1. And again, just allowing the East players some easy passage here. This is Gibson again. Square here for the unmarked Grimmett off the left foot and couldn't make Olympic pay. So into the second half, this match deadlocked at 1-1. Put away there by Derek. Olympic looking to build here out of their own half. On here. And coming out is Duffy, and Wadsworth now has a double. Well, perfectly picked out here was Eloise Wadsworth in between the two East defenders. Duffy comes to the edge of the area, but Eloise Wadsworth too good. 2-1 now, Olympic lead. Played in, call of keeper. Again, Cunningham can't get hold of it. Desperate scramble away there by the defenders. East are going to keep it alive though. Into the box. That was DeSavia. So Cunningham can't handle the corner. There's plenty of red and white shirts there to repel the East attack, and eventually they're able to get that clearance away. DeSavia gets to the byline, cuts it back, and trying to tuck it in there at the tight angle. In fact, we're going to see Cunningham slowly get back to her feet. She looks okay now. Quarter of an hour to play. Olympic win the ball back there. And that's a spectacular goal into the back post. Nice finish there. And Olympic head out to a 3-1 lead, courtesy of Natasha Ridley. So Ridley able to evade the East defender there. Just lofts one high over the head of Duffy into the far post. And Olympic out to a 2-goal cushion with under 10 minutes to play. Although East, again, looking threatening in attack. This looks to be a one-on-one opportunity here for Hubbard that she steers into the goal. And East have brought it back to a 1-goal deficit again. So Hubbard able to outpace the Olympic defenders and then skips past the oncoming Cunningham. East trying to find an equaliser here. The pressure's put on Cunningham. Half attempted bicycle kick. And dangerous play is the ruling from the referee. Free kick awarded to Olympic there. So East need to get it out of that corner, but they won't be able to do so. Olympic have claimed all 3 points. It's Olympic 3 defeating East 2. So recapping the results from round 16 of the Flight Centre Premier League, Lions continued their charge towards the premiership with a 2-0 win over Peninsula. Logan and Rochdale played out a scoreless draw. Albany Creek got the job done at home against Holland Park. East defeated North Pine. Ipswich Knights also 4-1 winners against UQFC, while Capella and Mitchelton played out a draw. So Lions now extend their lead to 8 points on top of the table from Mitchelton. Rochdale Rovers moving to third, and then a slew of teams still in contention for a final spot, led by Holland Park Hawks. The Flight Centre Premier League Club Championship table, and Lions still with the lead at the top. UQFC almost 3 rounds of points behind 10th place Mitchelton, while North Pine are more than 4 rounds of points behind Mitchelton, with not too many games left in the season to collect more points. Capital League 1, North Star and Southside Eagles were winners away from home. Brisbane Knights and South United played out a draw goal fest. Grange Thistle won away from home against Mount Gravatt. Despite having 9 men at the end, Wolves snuck past Bayside, while Moggle defeated Taringa Rovers. So Grange Thistle still on top. Southside Eagles move into second. South United in third and Bayside United on fourth. North Star still have a game in hand, while Moggle and Taringa are still in the thick of the race as well. Down the bottom end, Wolves have moved themselves out of the relegation zone. Capital League 2, Brisbane Force were 5-2 winners against Western Spirit. As we just saw, Annerley won away from home against the league leaders. Ipswich City were 3-0 winners against Oxley. Pine Hills and Slacks Creek played out a draw. Redcliffe PCYC defeated Park Ridge, while Acacia Ridge were comfortable winners against New Farm United. So the Gap's lead has been reduced to 5 points with 6 games to play. Brisbane Force are in third, while Annerley rounds out the top 4. Western Spirit and Oxley United would still fancy their chances at finals football. At the bottom end of the table, Redcliffe PCYC made some progress in trying to get out of the relegation zone, but the gap is still there of 5 points between 10th and 11th. Capital League 3, Westside were big 6-0 winners against Ridge Hills. AC Carina defeated Maroondah away from home. So too did Newmarket against Barden Latrobe. Virginia United were 5-1 winners against Narangba. Tarragindi 2-1 winners against Clairvaux, while Toowong defeated Jimboomba on their away trip. So both teams still on 41 points, but Virginia with a game in hand and still with the differential on goal difference. Tarragindi Tigers in third, while Jimboomba are in fourth. Everyone except for Ridge Hills with a mathematical chance of making the finals. Capital League 4, St George Willawong defeated Kangaroo Point Rovers, their premiership rivals. Caboolture also had a big win against Logan City Kings. Bethania and Deception Bay played out a 1-1 draw. Sanford Rangers defeated Logan Metro. North Brisbane were successful in their trip to Springfield, while Brighton Bulldogs and Greenbank had a draw. Logan Village had the bye. So Caboolture have cracked the ton now, 117 goals scored for the season and a 4-point gap over St George Willawong. Sanford Rangers and Bethania still there waiting if those two slip up. The Mount Franklin Women's Premier League, Capalaba and Logan played out a scoreless draw. A big result for Toowong as they claimed a draw against the more fancied Pine Hills. Mitchelton accounted for one of their premiership rivals in Peninsula Power. Annerley got past UQFC. South and the Gap played out a 1-1 draw, and as we've just seen, Olympic were winners against Eastern Suburbs. So with 6 games to play, it's a 6-point lead for Mitchelton over their nearest rivals, Annerley. Pine Hills go down into third while Peninsula remain in fourth. Capalaba, Logan, Olympic, Eastern Suburbs and the Gap will still be hoping to chase down a finals berth. Not too many games next weekend due to the catch-up weekend, so we're going to take a chance to recharge our batteries prior to the business end of the season, and we'll see you back on FBTV in 2 weeks' time.